Jenny McCarthy Show.
Oh! That voice that you guys recognize is the one, the only LaLa Kent, Vanderpump Rules. Why are you shaking, cutie? My dog got so excited to see you. Monday nights at 9 o'clock on Bravo. It's one of Bravo's most popular shows, if not highest rated show. Are you guys? Hoot toot. Where's Bravo?
Where's
right?
Bravo at?
She's tooting over there. LaLa's also about to launch her new products from her popular beauty line, Shop LaLa Beauty. What is it?
So it's called Them LaLa Beauty. I started out with 6 lip colors and they sold out in record time, and we're officially expanding into highlighters, eyeliner. We have eyeshadow palettes coming out and expanding the glosses. So I'm extremely proud and excited.
You should be. Do you feel a little bit like competitive with Kyle Lee that she's also has lip gloss line out?
You know, I get asked that a lot, and I don't feel like I'm in competition with her at all because she's in a completely different zone than I am. You know, she's somebody who sells lip glosses because of who she is, and I'm hoping that I can also sell lip glosses because I have an incredible product.
Okay, so that's what would separate yours from hers? If it's the same type of product, is it the quality?
The quality, and we don't test on animals. So that was my biggest.
And she does.
I mean, I plead the fifth. We have very limited ingredients in it. It's like maybe
That's
5
so
or
great.
6. And I did a process of elimination. I thought, what would I walk out of the house in and feel like a badass bitch? And then I got women and even men of all skin tones to put it on, and that's how we came up with the final 6. Out of 79 lip colors that I was sent, I came up with 6.
I love. Then you're picky. So
I'm
that's
picky,
good.
and I don't want to put anything out that I don't believe in.
Okay, you just mentioned men, and this is my problem with LA guys. I literally had to move out of LA to find a guy that was my age who actually liked only my pussy and not another guy's dick. Because it is so, what do you call it? Everyone's bisexual.
It is a little crazy. I mean, I'm the type of chick where it's like, you do you, boo.
That's how I am.
Yeah, I don't want to be with someone who, because I have to compete with women. I don't want to have to compete with men too.
That's how I feel.
You know?
Well said.
But I have a lot of drag queen friends. And so I'm like, saddle up, partner. I'm throwing my lip glosses on you. Come to mama.
But do you ever find like guys that are hot that you're like, oh my God, like he just dated this girl, or when you were dating a guy and he's like checking out another guy, did you ever have an instance where you're like, oh my God, he's totally flirting with someone?
Like myself personally, I haven't had that happen, but I've watched my friends have men that they're dating, and I'm like, your man is literally getting jacked off under the table right now. Like, how do you not care?
Which guys would most likely be hooked up? Like, did a once makeup session or a spoon session or a...
Oh my gosh, I think every single... I mean, I know for a fact Jax Taylor has had a little sucky time.
I think there was an episode about it.
Yes.
Yes.
So and he's like a man, right? Like he works out, he's added.
I'm telling you, the manly men, the ones with the anyone that works out in a gym with a 6-pack and are those beefy meatballs, they're the first ones you gotta wonder which team they're on.
Right. So what have we learned, ladies? Anyone with a 6-pack is not to be trusted around other dicks.
Right. Or other vaginas.
Right.
Who knows?
Both.
Okay, let's talk about the show. What happened? Last year you quit the show and now you're back this year.
Yes, I'm back at it.
Thank God. The
Thank
show
God. I think I'm pretty fun to watch.
You are.
And every time I say that, I'm like, wow, bitch, you could not be any more self-absorbed. But you know what? If I'm not going to toot my horn, I don't know who the hell
Let
is.
me just tell you something. I am very honest. And if you got boring, I would tell you. But it's you're definitely fun to watch. You're not only pretty to look at, but you also you kind of say things that provoke the situation, which you need to do, but not for the attention, for the truth of the argument, I feel.
Okay. I love that. Thank you for that compliment. I've always tried, I had someone ask me the other day if I prepared to go into a scene, and it's like, I can't speak for everyone on the cast, but for me, it's like, I just go in there and whatever's thrown my way, I deal with it right then. And there are things like, me telling people to blow me and, body shaming people, where I'm like, okay, that maybe didn't need to happen. That wasn't interesting enough to say. So this season, I'm extremely proud of my growth, and I'm happy that I left last season so that I could reflect back on, things that I've done and kind of just remember where I come from and what I stand for. And I'm a girl's girl. I always have been. So to watch myself last year be someone who I'm not proud of, it helped me this season.
It definitely does help to watch yourself, let me tell you. Because then you go like, oh my God, that's what I'm projecting out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I was going to ask you, how did this like sweet, beautiful Utah girl turn into like this cool hood chick? Like you're like on Instagram and stuff, your Snapchats are like so like sexy, funny, but they're hood.
I don't know where that comes from. I mean, I am a firm believer that when Tupac died, he took over my body. And I say this, I know you're laughing, but I'm being for real.
I love it so much. It's something that I think is just a genius statement. That's all. I
recently just got Thug Life tattooed on me, and I feel so
Where is it?
Happy about it. It's by the inside ankle on my left, and it's up and down in my handwriting. It looks like a prison stamp. And the thing is, I've never even been in a fight before. Like, I am as bougie and white as they come. But I gets to clapping sometimes. Pretend,
Oh my God! So you really think that he's inside your body?
I do, and I'm sure he's not thrilled with his new
body
encasing, but
I think he might be.
I'm not thrilled about the temper. So we both gotta just right.
Hey, at least you're West Coast.
West Coast for life, baby.
Right? Oh my God! If you ever start channeling him, please call me.
I will.
Lisa Vanderpump, that little bitch. I love her, but she's just so bitchy sometimes. Let some of the cast get away with some ridiculous shit.
I know. She has
she's favorites.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also, it's like she's such a badass bitch, but she's a very forgiving person. I'm like, you really let people get away with murder.
Does.
People have stolen from you. And you don't cut their
scorpion.
hands off?
No, I would be done. Don't care. See ya. Who's her favorite, and who kisses her ass the most?
Ooh, who kisses her ass the most?
Who's the brown noser? I love that.
I think Stassi might be a little kissy to her.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Her favorite, I would have to say Jax, because he's such a fuck up and he's still around.
Why is he still around?
I don't know.
Don't you feel like he's been used like a tampon, used dildo, and ready to be thrown away?
Are you referring to Jax Taylor as a bloody tampon?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is some shade. I mean, the thing is we were asked about like if Jax Taylor were to not be around us anymore, if we would care, and everyone was like, no, not really. And I'm like, I'd kind of miss him because he makes me feel way better when I fuck up. Because I'm like,
right.
I'm for damn sure not as fucked up as him. You
need one level worse.
Exactly. So we have James and we have Jax. They've got to stay.
You're totally.
They have to.
You're right. I totally get that. I remember watching. This is so bad to say, but like, oh my God, I watched the Anna Nicole Smith show and be like, okay, my alcohol and pills proportion are fine. Because you probably don't even remember, but the show.
No,
was
you're
a
like,
hot mess.
I only pop 2 Xannies a day. I am chilling.
Whose relationship is in trouble right now, you think?
To be honest, I just don't see how Jax and Brittany can ever get past. It's crazy to me. She's a bigger woman than I am, because he'd be dead and I'd be in jail, and that's not what anyone wants. But I just don't think he is made to be in a relationship. And when everyone made such a big deal about him cheating, and I went beyond that. He was laying in bed with another woman saying things that were absolutely horrific about his girlfriend. That's when you sit there and go, this is way bigger than you just putting your pee-pee in someone that's not me.
Way bigger.
Yes.
That is big time disrespect.
Yes. When you're telling another woman you're not attracted to your girlfriend anymore and that you guys don't sleep together, I'm sorry, it reaches a whole different level. And I don't see them lasting.
I'm sorry, and because I didn't watch every episode.
Jenny McCarthy, I am so offended.
Why is she still fucking with him? Does she think she's going to get thrown off the show if she's still dumps him?
I actually don't think that at all, because we would ditch Jax Taylor before Brittany. Whether they're together or not, Brittany's on the show. She's not going anywhere. She either is that forgiving and in love, or, she moved from Kentucky to be with him. That's all she knows. So I could see her maybe being a little bit afraid of the unknown.
Yeah, a little naive.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about this whole fucking pasta thing. Our friends have code words. Was it
right?
It was about the pasta. Is pasta Adderall? Is pasta Coke?
No, it was legitimately pasta. That day of filming, the conversation was getting very, very heavy between James and Logan, and just them being, quote unquote gay. And I didn't like it. So I tried to make the conversation more lighthearted by saying, the problem is that we ate Raquel's pasta. And he went insane. I never thought it would go that far. I literally was shocked. And then people started saying that pasta was a code word for a drug that I've never touched in my entire life. Keep in mind, y'all, I did mushrooms one time, had a hell of a time, never did it again. And then weed, which I've recently given up. So I'm not...
You're not a drug person.
I'm not a drug person. So I was actually very offended when it came out that was a code word for a substance that I don't mess with and never intend to.
I wouldn't be offended. I would be offended that you would use such a bad one. I'd want you to have a badass one. You know what I mean?
Why would I use carbs as a code word? Fuck you.
That's genius. I'm talking to LaLa. Let me plug your beauty shop, LaLaBeauty.com. That's where you guys can find her popular beauty line, and also Vanderpump Rules Monday nights 9:00 on Bravo. So your guy, by the way, is this the same guy that you've been with?
Yes, we actually just celebrated our 2-year anniversary on the 17th of this month. Thank you very much.
And you're demanding the RSPECT from the guys.
Oh yes, always. You have to respect me, or we're not going to get very far.
Yeah, because James, didn't he want his cake and eat it too? It felt like he wanted his friendship and which one?
He's really confusing, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when I'm in it, we're hanging out or we're filming, it's I just think of him as kind of a clown.
Yes.
And then watching
he
it,
is a doofus.
He's such a dorky doofus, right? The ears and the accent vibe. Then the swoopy hair.
And when you say you're friends with somebody, are you really friends with somebody, or are you TV friends with them?
No, I considered James a real life. Like I always said, you're going to be my man of honor at my wedding. We were that thick. And then watching the show this season, I'm like, how disgusting and disrespectful can you be? Especially about the person that I love the most. And my man has children. He has a mama, a dad.
Right.
And it's that's the way you're talking about him? We don't need to continue a friendship.
No, not if you're friends with them. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
I like that you're showing your boundaries, which hopefully more people can learn from this show.
I hope
Something
so.
good. Who from Vanderpump Rules needs an intervention?
Oh, she's going to kill me for saying this because I always go on a show and say this shit. I would really like to see Scheana have someone get into that mind and work through some stuff,
Yeah, absolutely. A friend intervention.
A friend intervention.
You know what I mean?
I love her a lot, but I feel like her head is kind of in the clouds a bit.
Is it over her relationship?
I think it's with everything. Friendships. I've come to find that she expects people to act a certain way. She expects people to act the way she would act. And I've been there. You're always going to be let down if that's the way you think.
Right.
And yeah, I think she just needs an outsider to kind of bring her back down to earth.
Yeah. And probably some alone time to heal.
Yes.
Get to know who she is before she goes and attracts the next person.
Yeah, I feel like she brings a lot of yes men around. There's always a new person. And, I don't like being around new people, letting them in my circle. I like to keep it pretty tight and safe. So when there's always a new random, I'm like, I don't like this,
I wouldn't either.
I can't be myself in front of this person.
I wouldn't either. Now that you're not the new girl, how much pressure is off of you? Because I remember when you first started in your first day and I watched the episode, I'm like, oh my God, she's pretty. They're going to hate her.
You're so sweet.
And then, they did. They were like, "Arr!" But you worked your way in so well. You came off with your authentic self enough for people to like you.
Right.
And it backfired on them.
Yes, it did. I feel like I wasn't given a fair chance, and everyone said, we've all been new to this, and it's like, yeah, but you had people to go in it.
Yeah.
You went in it together, and I was kind of thrown into it.
Yeah.
So when you're being mean to me, if you expect me to back down, like, no one can drag somebody like LaLa can drag somebody. Except you. I have a feeling you know how to drag pretty well.
I have been in many fights myself.
Right?
Southside Chicago, and I can do a punch. So, where do you see yourself from here? I mean, I know you at one point were thinking about leaving and getting into acting, and you did some acting.
I did.
Are you still doing both at the same time, or are you just devoting right now this?
I am actually the lead. I booked a supporting role, and they ended up moving me to the lead in a horror film called The Row, which is coming out in, I believe, August. And everyone has taken to it so much that we are doing The Row 2 this summer.
No way.
We are.
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
I'm excited.
If you need any dead carcasses, we've got a great one named David that is my producer that would play a fat dead guy floating in a river.
Oh, we love fat dead men in river. Everybody gets turned on by that.
As he nice and pasty too. do your coworkers, I can only imagine. I always thought about this with friends. Like they must be competitive in some way. Even though you're friends, you're competitive.
Right.
So when they see you get successful or we get things they don't get, there's got to be a little bite to it.
You know what? I've seen who actually is happy for me and who is not. And the first person that texted me when I booked the role and when I launched Them LaLa Beauty was Kristen and Katie, being super kind and saying how proud they are of me. And I'm like,
those are big points right there.
Huge points. And Kristen will randomly text me just to wish me and my dude a happy Valentine's Day. It's like, okay, she wears her crazy on her sleeve. I like this girl. Scheana, when I told her I booked it, she goes, "Oh, is your man producing it?" Why the fuck does that matter? And then I asked my man, I'm like, did I book this? He goes, "Baby, your pussy's good, but it ain't 2.5 million good." Because that's what we had to raise to do this movie. And right then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let people sit there and undermine what I do and what I work for. That's
right. It's just jealousy. You're so young in your career still that to let that phase you would be a true disappointment. I mean, I let it use as I used it like fuel.
Right.
Anytime someone said something negative, I would just keep kind of putting it on fire, going, "Keep saying it, motherfucker."
Oh, and then you really piss them off.
And really, I'm gonna book this shit.
Yes, killing it, baby.
LaLa Kent, thank you so much. Vanderpump Rules, you guys check it out Monday nights at 9 o'clock on Bravo. She's also got a new beauty line. It sounds pretty awesome. I'm going to give her some blondies. She's going to give me some makeup. So shop LaLaBeauty.com. Let's change info so we can ship our shit to each other.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for having me, baby.
Thank you, sweetie. We'll be right back.
Roll up in the club.
Take a photo.
All eyes on me. Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!